you want to just give a very brief summary of what you talked about last night?
Yeah, so in the Bernie Fields lecture, I presented a brief history of the discovery of integrase inhibitors. And I tried to use that to illustrate some basic principles of drug discovery and how we can apply them to the work that the field is doing in terms of finding drugs that will reverse HIV latency. I think it's really exciting time to be working in that area. We have the first proof of principle for HDAC inhibitors with Dave Margolis and Sharon Lewin at this presentation,
Right.
But now we have to go beyond that. We have to take what we've learned from those early studies and actually move it forward in a way that could make it a real drug
And
development effort.
those trials are David's studies is completed, and Sharon's is also completed, and she'll be presenting that here. And they're not such terrific news so far. Am I right in saying that?
Well, I think it's the first baby step.
Yeah.
So it's the first time that we've been able to show you can actually interdict in the reservoir in a suppressed patient.
Yeah.
The studies so far have not shown that results in a decrease in the reservoir. But based on what we're learning from the basic science, I don't think that's an unexpected result.
Right.
Because I don't think with a single drug we're getting sufficient levels of expression to deplete those cells.
Yeah.
And so what we're trying to do is try to now go back to the basic science and find combinations, just like in antiretroviral therapy. Find
Combinations of small molecules?
small molecules
Okay.
that may be able to enhance the amount of expression that we're getting. And with the hope that if we increase the amount of expression, that may result in cell death. In addition, there are a lot of people working on various ways to recognize those cells
Right.
through various immunological interventions, and that would also lead to elimination. So I think both approaches are valid.
But it's going to take a long time.
It's going to take a long time.
At times I feel like we're going down a deep rabbit hole, but I feel like people like you are able to dig in a little deeper and use the lessons that you've learned in the past to find new and more potent maybe compounds for the future.
Yeah, that's exactly, the life we live in drug discovery. We go down a lot of rabbit holes, but you always have to take the long view. Right?
Sure, especially with this eradication.
Especially with very complex biological problems like eradication.
Right. So Merck is invested in moving this forward, and you're moving this forward. Are you working with other companies to help develop this trajectory and towards direct eradication?
So at this point, we don't have collaborations with other companies because I think it really is a lot of back to the science. It's an iterative back to the science process. So we do have extensive collaborations with a lot of academic scientists through the NIH collaboratories, CARE and DARE. And then we also have a Merck-funded collaboration with Rafiq Sekali and Nicholas Chamant of VGTI Florida. Because I do think it given what we've learned, we now need to go back and ask some really basic scientific questions.
Right. So are you hopeful?
I'm always hopeful. You have to be in this business. We go down a lot of dead ends, but as I said, you have to take the long view and really believe in what you're doing.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.